Hello there everyone, welcome to the FM Scout YouTube channel. This is the second video of our Unearthing Potential Stars series that we are bringing you now. Episode 1 came out not so long ago, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out because there will be 10 new potential stars just like this video. Now the reason why we call them potential is because they're going to need some tender loving care to reach their full potential. Some decent training facilities, some game time, but you'll see the results in front of your eyes, exactly what these players can be like. My name is Luke. I'm bringing you these guys for you today, and if you like what you see, please come along to my channel. The link is down in the description below. We have some really good Let's Play action coming on, including a very interesting save. Brand new save coming up very shortly. So that'll be good to see some of you over there. But first, we have 10 potential stars. Let's see the first one. First up, we have Stergio. He is a Swiss centre-back, 17 years old. You will find him in the Swiss league for St. Gallen. 5'11", quite a nice height to be honest, for a centre-back at this age. And as you can see, he already starts to begin with the good fundamentals that we see of centre-backs. The heading, marking and tackling above 10 already. He has decent passing and a good first touch as well, so that would suggest a decent ball-playing defender in the future. His mental stats for a 17-year-old are quite impressive, as well as his physicals as well. So, 1.5 million. He is wanted by a few clubs at the start of the game: Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Dortmund and Bayern. So some of Europe's best clubs. So as you can imagine, he obviously has the potential to do something great. He can use both feet as well as he has a reasonable left foot and a very strong right foot. Let's see what he is like in the future. So here he is, a few years on, and those physicals are lovely. As you can see, he has never left the Swiss league. Now, I would say if he did leave the Swiss league and played for a better side in a better league, better training facilities and coaches, with some first team football, he could be even better. But I would still suggest that he is a rather decent backup centre-back for Premier League sides or top division sides across Europe. I was correct as well. The ball-playing defender is his favourite role. Very good tackling and marking. Heading is also up there too. Passing's acceptable as well. But those physicals are something that we all like to see. He's also grown an inch. There we go. That is the first one on the list. Next up, we have someone who is actually quite expensive at the start of this game. That is Manor Solomon. He is an Israeli winger, and a rather good one at that. As you can see, he's 19 years old, worth 6 million at Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine. He starts off with very good potential ability. He has decent determination to help him reach that potential ability. Good dribbling and technique stats, but this man in the future can turn out to be an absolute beast. Let's see the evidence of this. So here is Manor Solomon now playing at Borussia Dortmund. As you can see in that bottom right hand corner, he used to play for Barcelona. So Barcelona made the move for him after a couple of years for £23 million. He then went to Augsburg on loan in the Bundesliga, where he finds himself now after a £25 million move to Borussia Dortmund. And I would say £25 million for this man is an absolute steal. Cutting in on that right-hand side, he has a fairly strong left foot, a very strong right foot, so he can play sort of as a winger or an inverted winger very well. Decent physicals, the mentals are very good, but the dribbling, the first touch, and the technique, all high teens. Very tasty indeed. He has very good flair as well. A tricky winger nonetheless. I really like the look of Manor Solomon. Next up on the list, a player that you might actually recognise if you have watched our Perfect Director of Football Challenge, Nicolas Acevedo. He comes from Uruguay in the Uruguayan League, 20 years old at the start of the game, only worth £1 million. He's on rather cheap wages as well. As you can see, a DM. He has very good mental abilities, he has decent long shots, the passing's 13, that's quite high, vision of 12, work rate of 13, all of these really good attributes that he has. 5'8", he's not the tallest of men, but I do think as that sort of deep line playmaker, he can be very good in that role. And as we can see now from his future, a very solid player indeed. There we go, that is the Eintracht Frankfurt Director of Football Challenge, where he played for me there. 9 appearances. He went to Bayern Munich. Now he's at Borussia Mönchengladbach, still in the Bundesliga, and a rather good player indeed. 14 passing now, 14 marking. His long shots has actually gone down slightly, but that could be because we are playing on the old update of the game instead of the latest update, so the potential is slightly different. A very well-rounded player in that deep line playmaker role, and a player not to sleep on because he can be an incredible player on this game for a rather cheap price. Now, of course, coming out of Red Bull Salzburg is probably one of the most popular wonder kids on this game at the start of the year anyway, in Haaland. Now, his strike partner at Red Bull Salzburg is Sekou Koita, and he is actually just as good if given some tender loving care. Sekou Koita, as you can see, has very good attributes as a starting striker. He's 19 years old, only worth 900k. The mental attributes are somewhat there, but you can see that they're 10s, so he's almost getting there. But if we have a look at what he is like in the future, you would see exactly why this player is on this list. Here we have it then. This is a future glimpse of what Sekou Koita could be like for you. And I think this could be one of the best strikers in the game if you are using him correctly. If you're starting this man, he will get you goals. As you can see down at the right hand corner, he's been getting goals for Monaco. Currently playing at Monaco, he's only recently moved from Red Bull Salzburg. If you move him quicker, you might get him even better. Now, the agility, the pace, the dribbling, finishing and first touch, the heading, all high teens. A very attractive player on this game, not looks-wise, but attribute-wise. Sekou Koita, if you can get him, because he will be very good for you. The next player on this list is a centre midfielder from Athletic Bilbao. And as you can see, he's nothing too impressive whatsoever at the start of this game. 19 years old, he's 6'2", 725k is his value. And to be honest, he looks very bang average. Good passing and good first touch and good decisions making. Outside of that, he has okay physicals, nothing too spectacular. But this guy does have the room to grow, as we will see right now. And here he is in a few years' time. Higher passing, the mentals are a lot better, his physicals has developed somewhat as well. And I think if you are a team at the bottom end of your top division in Europe, this man could be vital for you. You'll just have to prize him away from Bilbao. Obviously, coming from Basque, Bilbao are going to want to keep as many players as they possibly can. It might cost you a little bit to prize him away, but at the start of the game, he does have a minimum fee release clause of £10 million. That's up to you whether you see that as worth it. Oihan Sancet. Now, probably the best bargain on this video is Dario Sarmiento. He is an Argentinian from Estudiantes, and as you can see, 16 years old. He already has very good attributes at the start of this game. He plays in behind the striker and up front, and you can even train him on the wings, and you can even get him at the start of this game. So as you can see, if I negotiate £2.9 million, it is definitely worth it, because trust me, this player turns into a beast. As you can see here, have a look at some of those attributes. If you can pick him up for that cheap, he will turn out to be a world-class player for you. This is still 20 years old. He still has 2 stars to fill in his potential bar, as you can see at the top there at Strasbourg. Very good finishing and heading. Off the ball is very good. Composure's getting there as well. Fantastic technique. A very good advance forward, and he is starting to bang in the goals at Strasbourg in a couple of years' time at just 20 years of age. It'd be interesting to see what this player is like after a few more years. Maybe that's for you to tell me. Try out Dario Sarmiento at the start of your games. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried him before. This man has the potential to be a star. Now, in the last potential star video, we had a man from Krasnodar, the goalkeeper. This time, we have Daniil Utkin, a centre midfielder, and a rather good one at that indeed. 6 foot already, 19 years of age. Under £1 million is his value. His passing is very good already, 15 with decent vision. He has quite good mental attributes already. His technical abilities, if you want to play him a little bit further up the pitch, which he can do, is already rather reasonable as well if you're a top division side. You just have to prize him away from Krasnodar, but as you can see from this screenshot, he develops into a rather tasty player. Moving to Zenit St. Petersburg in the Russian division, he continues his development. He continues his development into a very nice centre midfielder slash cam, a Russian player, which if you're playing in the Russian league is vital. So maybe that is something that you need to think about at the start of your saves if you're in that division. If not, maybe still that you want to go for this guy, because I think he's a very well-rounded player and still has time to develop at the age of 24 years of age by this screenshot. Coming in next, we have a centre-back from Italy at Bologna, Gabriele Corbo. He's 19 years of age, 6'1", valued under £1 million. His physical attributes are already very good. Mental attributes are getting there. And the same as the technicals, he has the fundamentals to be a rather good centre-back. I think you might have to spend a little bit of money getting him away from Bologna. I mean, we'll have a look. We'll have a gander, see how much roughly they want. About 13 million. So if you did go for him, about 10 million, maybe you could wangle that down and negotiate with them to see whether you can get him any cheaper. He could be very good for you. Let's have a look to see what he's like in the future. And as you can see, in the future, he is currently playing for Gabriele Corbo of AC Milan with a very high value of 25 million. So you might get your money back. It might be worth taking a risk on this player. The fundamentals, like I say, has developed into a very nice centre-back. Heading, marking, passing, tackling, good technique too. He's a very good ball-playing defender. His mental attributes are also really good. However, it's the physicals that you're all looking at. The pace, the agility, the balance, the strength. All really impressive. He has good personality as well. He plays short, simple passes, marks opponents tightly. He could be a really good ball-playing centre-back that you've never even heard of before on this game. Gabriele Corbo, give him a chance. Up next, we have another centre midfielder from the Czech Republic, Christian Frydek. You'll find him on loan from Sparta Prague, one of the biggest clubs in the Czech Republic, so you might struggle to get him away for his value of £165,000. But for the age of 20, he does look like he could just be an average player. However, he does have quite a good development if you begin to play him first team football. Give him first team football with good training facilities, good coaching. You might find out that this man can be a bit of an unsung hero in your side. A very all-rounded player. I think I'd rather play him in the AMC role because of that dribbling. The first touch he can also finish. He's not too bad at it. The technique as well as his passing, which will develop in the future. Let's have a look to see what he turns out like. And here he is, still at Sparta Prague, which tells me if you manage to get him away, he could be even better than what you are seeing right now. 15 dribbling, first touch of 14, his passing's reached 14 as well. Decent vision. The physicals are very good as well. Like I say, if you put him in that cam role, I think he could be a bit of a game changer for you. Maybe as a rotational player. Why not try Christian Frydek? The final man on this video though is Matias Palacios. He is another Argentinian, 17 years old. Just under £1 million from San Lorenzo, and I'm pretty sure you can sign him for around about 4 or 5 million. 5 million, if you negotiated that, you'll get him even cheaper, I promise you that. Matias Palacios. Now, he doesn't look too incredible right now. However, 18 determination, 17 flair for a 17-year-old is rather good indeed. 15 agility. He has a very decent personality of driven. This man will turn out to be a game changer, and I will show you a screenshot of just that. Here he is at Monaco in 2026, so around about 8 seasons into the game now. And how good does he look? You can play him as a striker, you can play him as a cam, you can play him as a centre midfielder if you like. He will do it all. He has 18 passing, 17 vision. The flair is still up there at 17. 17 composure, the dribbling, first touch, the physicals as well to match. This guy is an incredible player on this game. At Monaco now, 34 goals in 113 appearances. And if we have a look, he's also got a very good amount of assists as well. So for a final player on this list, Matias Palacios, if you can get him for rather cheap, would be a bit of a well beater. You could probably get him at one of the biggest clubs in Europe and he will still do a good job for you. Matias Palacios, don't sleep on this man. But there we have it. That is the second list of players, the unearthing of potential stars. My name is Meglu. You can check my channel out down in the description below. Can we please smash that like button again and we'll bring you episode 3 of Potential Stars. 10 more potential stars on your list so you can check out in your save game. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already to not miss any more videos coming out, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.